joy to work with. They've been amazing. They crack me up every day. And so I'm so thrilled to share this play with you. Right now, please silence your phones because that has been a problem with some of the other ones. And we put a lot of work into this, and I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, here those lights again. How do you shut this thing off?
Did you find anybody?
Not yet, Jeremy.
Did you check by the desk? That's where I spent most of last night after all.
They're not here.
I can't show it without them. Today of all days, you know how Mr. Iverson feels about employees who don't appreciate his generosity.
They went in the ice cube tray.
There it is. The results of 3 back-breaking weeks of correlating case histories, judicial review, bylaws, loopholes, and the tightest defenses the firm Iverson Motes has ever possessed. And I'm beat.
Poor darling. Listen, why don't you take the day off, and I'll take the brief into New York for you.
No, for any other day, but today I might. But I can't very well call in sick and then be a charming host for Iverson when he comes tonight for dinner.
Are you sure that'll happen, darling? Mr. Motes has only been dead for 2 months.
When old Iverson sees that brief, I'll be a shoo-in for full partnership.
It's no more than you deserve, Jeremy. After all, 7 years with the firm?
What man wouldn't be a success with a woman like you at his side? I've called the cab and it'll be here any minute. Look, can you look through this box? My phone was in here somewhere. Will you be sure to tack it up for old Iverson? Be sure to see it. Every little nudge helps.
Are you sure you don't want to take the car, dear?
No, you're going to need it more than I do. With all the high-priced food you're going to get.
Your cab's here. You better run.
Okay. I'll phone if I get the promotion down at the office, but if not, you better... Yeah, you're absolutely most charming tonight.
Oh, let's kiss him.
Jeremy! Hello, this is Mrs. Jeremy Troy at 531 Pinecrest Drive. One of your cabs just picked up my husband, and he's forgotten some very important papers to New York City. You will? Thank you very much. That was quick.
Hello. My name is Charlie Bickle. I know my name may mean nothing to you now, but someday the whole world will know it. Great Godfrey, that window! And a north light, too. Oh, that's what every artist dreams of. A north light. I forget exactly why.
Bickle. Charlie Bickle, are you...
Don't speak. Let me drink in your beauty. Better yet, let me drink in your wine cellar. Say you have a wine cellar.
Oh, but we haven't a wine cellar.
You're not following my instructions. But where old Jared?
You just missed him, but you're in luck. He got some very important papers and should be back any minute. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Oh, I make it a practice not to drink coffee on an empty stomach. You see, I have this old football injury.
Charlie Bickle from the university? You were the star quarterback for 4 years.
You went to the university? How did I miss meeting you?
Oh, I didn't attend the school, but I lived in the campus. And I came to the school for all the social activities. That's where I met Jeremy, at a dance. You know, he'll be so awfully pleased to see you.
Oh.
You know you're the first school friend we've seen since Jeremy's graduation?
Did I mention I'm a painter?
Not in so many words, but you do drop your hints very deftly.
Was I as bad as all that, Mrs. Troy?
Catherine, please. And not bad, Charlie, just overwhelming. But I'm forgetting your empty stomach. What kind of football injury did you say you had anyway?
An ulcer. I had this deep-seated anxiety against getting tackled.
But you were the fastest quarterback the university's ever seen. When you took the ball down the field, you never let an opposing player anywhere near you.
Now you know why. I was terrified.
But tell me, Charlie, what brings you to this part of the country?
A bus. I've lived in New York for years now.
But if you live so close by, then why didn't you stop by before?
Oh, you know, it's one of those things I've been meaning to do, but never quite get around to. Say, where's your bathroom?
Oh, it's right there.
In here?
No, that's our bedroom.
Oh, in here.
That's the guest room.
Ah. In here.
Yes. Oh, Jeremy, you have a visitor, an old friend. His name is Charlie. He's up in the bathroom.
Look, will you tell him I couldn't wait?
Don't worry. I'll make your excuses for you. You better scoot.
Oh, thank you. I'm really in a rush now. Would have been back sooner, but I got stuck in middle lane of tunnel traffic.
Jeremy boy!
Charlie Bickle! from the university.
Jeremy!
Well, he remembers me, all right.
Oh, I knew this would happen. Drive, day and night. Now look.
What time? What? It is you, Charlie.
You know, this is certainly the first time that anyone's been so glad he's passed out cold. Here, Jerry, you better sit down.
That settles it. You're taking the day off, and I'm taking the briefing to New York for you.
Oh, would you? Your wife and Amelia. I sure do appreciate it, darling.
But what do I tell Mr. Iverson about tonight? Is the dinner on or off?
On, of course. Now, hurry along.
Oh, the brief.
Now, scram, dear.
Jeremy, if you're sick.
No, I feel fine. Just a little nap and I'll be as good as new. Now, run along. What do you think you're doing?
Oh, just cleaning up after a hurricane, old buddy.
Well, don't. You're our guest. You don't have to do the housework.
Ah. I didn't know you made summa cum laude.
My diploma, what are you doing with it?
Just admiring it and reading it. Your wife sure does admire you.
You didn't tell Catherine, did you? She loves me. Trust me.
And why shouldn't she? Any guy who works his way through college the way you did, I mean, she knows, doesn't she?
Of course she does. I was only, joking.
Well, maybe I'd better be going.
Yes, you do that. It was nice seeing you. Better
There's
hurry.
just one thing, Jeremy. The real reason I came by, you see,
Real reason?
the way I figure it, an artist only needs one thing in life, which is a place to work. And with the alumni numbering in the thousands, it's only natural that a good percentage live in or near New York.
You've been leeching off the alumni.
Now I'm up to the T's in alphabetical order, so take your turn like a man. Gee, it's funny how all these old graduation pictures look alike. Why, a guy couldn't tell this graduation picture from my old graduation picture. I remember I was standing... That's me. And I've never noticed, but there's a guy behind me at the end of the row who looks exactly like you. What'd they do, chum? Stick you in the wrong picture?
Wrong picture.
I mean, sure, this is the wrong year.
Wrong year.
Yeah, just look at the date on your diploma. Class of... I graduated in that year. But I know for a fact that while I was finishing up my senior year, you hadn't even begun college yet. You were still working as a file clerk in the registrar's office.
Funny how they can make two mistakes, picture and diploma.
Jeremy, you never did go to law school. You never got a degree at all.
Does this look like the house of a man without a college education?
Does this look like the picture of a man in law school? This is liberal arts class.
Charlie,
I certainly hope so. How did you manage to get where you are on a phony diploma?
Well, I guess you could say it all started with Catherine.
How did Catherine exactly start you on your life of sin?
Said she loved me.
That'll do it.
You don't understand. Here I was a nobody, working for hours, filing thousands of new students each year. And then, one night, at a dance I meet Catherine. She's young, she's beautiful, and she likes me. We get to talking, and she says if there's one thing about a man that she appreciates, it's men who use their brains. So instead of correcting your assumption that I'm a student, I say nothing. It's too late to tell her I'm just a simple clerk. She finally asked me what school I was attending. I said law. It's the first thing that popped into my head. Law.
Probably because you were breaking it.
Anyhow, she said she was just wild about lawyers. So the next day, I got the files, making up classes, courses, marks.
Good marks, too. Not everyone graduates summa cum laude.
Well, you know, if you're going to make a lie, better make it a good one. Besides, Catherine was looking forward to my graduation, and I didn't want to be at the bottom of the class.
No, I guess not. But what rank were you?
First?
First?!
Oh, you should have heard the applause when I ascended to the podium. The governor was there. He shook my hand.
How did you get away with it?
Charlie, you don't understand big. Really big universities. All you are is a little card with a bunch of grades on it. Why even the teachers don't know who's who. The head of the law department congratulated me. He said he knew I had it in me all along.
How did you get in the liberal arts class picture then?
Well, like you said, All those pictures look alike, so I rented a cap and gown and joined the first group posing.
But how did you get in this law firm? You don't know anything about law. You didn't take the bar exam.
Never had to. Mostly I just do what I did back in the registrar's office. I file things.
But what if somebody asks you a legal question?
I answer it. Like the other day, Mr. Iverson asked me, "Jeremy, old boy, what's a really good example of a really rough property settlement case?"
And you said?
Johnson versus Weems, Appellate Court of Denver, Colorado, April 16th, 1934. He thanked me and wrote it into his speech.
What if he looks it up?
Nobody ever looks it up. The important thing about being a lawyer is to sound as if you're right.
Smack out of your mind. How long do you think you can keep this sort of thing up?
Forever, as far as I can tell. It's become a way of life after all these years. Besides, what possible harm am I doing?
Not as much as if Catherine had been wild about brain surgeons.
Catherine must never know. If she found out, I could lose my job, the house, the furniture. Oh, I've wanted to tell her every anniversary, but I always lose my nerve. She might leave me.
Oh, don't be silly. Catherine would never leave you. She loves you, Jeremy.
I don't know. If I lost her, nothing else would matter.
And yet, by your own admission, you're a sneak and a liar. If you're loyal, why not credit her with as much loyalty?
No, besides, you showing up here was a chance in a million.
You're telling me a chance like this comes once in a lifetime. That's still busy. Once she knows, she could actually help you get through night school, and you could actually get a degree, become what you claim to be.
Once you're gone, everything will be back to normal. Hey, what's that?
Just think of it as a wonderful reward for the wonderful windfall that you placed in my lap. And just think, the only person who knows your little old secret is me. Say, would you mind putting all that stuff in the guest bedroom? Hello, is this the Left Wing Modeling Academy?
Charlie, let's discuss this calmly.
Yes, I'd like to rent one of your girls for the day.
This has gone on far enough.
What did you say your name was?
It's an invasion of privacy.
Why, she should be perfect.
Outrage against all common
I'm
decency.
at 531,
Pinecrest Drive.
Pinecrest Drive.
Criminal extortion.
Jeremy Troy, that's the name on the bell.
Charlie Becker, you're not listening to me.
Ah, swell. They're sending me and Miss Winslow. She's an undergraduate and needs the experience for her thesis. You'll like her. She hasn't got a diploma yet either.
They're lawyers.
Well, are you sure?
No.
She's only an undergraduate, so she'll cost $5 an hour.
You're not going to paint her in here.
Well, I suppose I could paint her in the front lawn, but that'd be a little chilly for the model. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to get into my work clothes and take a shower.
Charlie, for any other night but tonight, maybe, but my whole career hinges on dinner tonight. My boss is coming. It's going to be stressful enough.
Well, I wouldn't put you in a spot like that.
So you're going?
No, but I promise not to sell him a pain.
You drink one.
Say, would you mind getting the door when Miss Winslow arrives? And Catherine makes great coffee. Pour me a cup, will you? Hey, Jer.
What?
I hope your boss likes chicken cacciatore.
Why?
Because that's what I've decided we're having.
Well, Charlie, put the stuff on the table. Drink all the coffee you want. Make yourself at home, old buddy. Hello. Is this the left bank? Yes, this is Jeremy Troy. An artist contacted one of your models, and he came down with a sudden case of sleeping sickness, and he... What? When? Okay, I'll head off at the bus stop. Oh!
Jeremy, I'm home.
But you can't be!
I was so worried about you when I left, I decided to send the brief with the cab driver and took another cab here. You looked so ghastly when I left.
Oh, but I'm fine now.
Jeremy, what's that?
A sort of gift from Charlie.
Charlie. Oh, I'd forgotten all about him.
How?
Insane. Jeremy, you didn't ask him to stay, did you?
Not exactly.
But he can't stay. Not tonight. I have everything planned.
But he has to.
Why?
There's a reason.
What
good one.
Well, what is it?
You don't understand. Charlie's come here to die. Yeah.
Die? But he looks so healthy.
He might look hale and hearty, but deep down
Oh,
inside...
his ulcer.
Ulcer?
Oh, the poor man. I had no idea his ulcer was so bad. But wait. Jeremy, that man can't have an ulcer. He eats like an elephant.
Oh, it doesn't act up all the time. Only when you mention the university.
The football part?
Any part. So whatever you do, don't mention it to Charlie. It could be fatal.
How do I stop him?
Change the subject. Run out of the room. Cover your ears.
I'm gonna call the doctor.
No. I feel fine.
Then are you going to the office, dear?
Oh. Yes. I guess so.
Jeremy, what in the world is making you so nervous? Never in our whole lives together have I ever seen you act this way.
You'd be nervous too if you had a dying man in your home. And you have! So just don't mention the university to Charlie.
Alright, I promise.
Is that cab still waiting?
No, I let him go. I'll call you another one.
No, you don't have to do that.
Yes, I do. If you're gonna be the Nazi husband, the least I could do is be the model wife.
Model. Excuse me, I have to use the car.
What for?
What's your bus?
I want to my shopping!
Send her for pizza!
Damn it, Troy! Ugh, now what?
Sounds like my son-in-law.
Is this the Jeremy Troy residence? Yes. I'm Tina Winslow from the left bank. Won't you come in?
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Figured it'd be me.
Pretty place. Thank you, Miss Winslow. I'm so excited. This is my first real assignment. I'm sorry, is my husband expecting you?
Well, I hope so. He has to pay me whether he uses me or not for all the time I'm here.
Did you make that a little bit clearer?
You see, I get $5 an hour. That's not as much as the other girls get. That's because I'm still an amateur. Do you have any idea how long he wants me for?
Are you sure you have the right house?
You said this was the home of Jeremy Troy.
And you're saying my husband sent for you.
Well, not me personally, if you know what I mean. He just called and tried to get one of the regular girls, but they were all out, so he said he'd take anybody. He called just as I was passing the switchboard.
Switchboard?
Sure, what do you think we do? Walk the streets trying to get somebody interested?
There must be some mistake. My husband is a very successful lawyer in New York City.
What's that got to do with it? Every man should have his hobby. Say,
What a killer.
Can I trouble you for a cup of coffee? It's awfully close. I know I'm very susceptible.
By all means, I could use a cup myself. Now, Miss Winslow.
Say, do you have any coffee, mate?
Sure.
You know, it's nice to meet a wife who's so broad-minded.
My dear Miss Winslow, if there's anything I'm not, it's broad-minded. I'm merely giving Jeremy the benefit of the doubt because I haven't heard his side of the story yet, and it better be good.
Some women would get terribly upset. Like my father, for example. He's very upset with my job.